What's up, guys? So today is the resolution check, which is kind of exciting. I do have some other things that are coming up. So even though this video is going to be the same as the other resolution checks, where I sort of look back on the past month and sort of see where I'm at with where all my other goals are, I will also be looking forward just a little bit to some of the other things that I have coming up, because it is officially the business end of the year for me, and yeah, a lot's happening. So let's get into this. Alright, so if you're new to this channel and you don't know what a resolution check is, basically, at the beginning of the year when I made my resolutions, I came up with a plan to try and help myself stick to them, where each month I'd check in with sort of a starting and an ending, giving me sort of a line, and I'd want to be sort of at the same spot, sort of like in increments sort of thing. To give you an example, one of them was I wanted to have a certain amount of money saved up. So a certain amount of money or a certain amount of time obviously allows me to keep track of where I should be at the end of each month. And so doing it that way, I've been able to sort of keep myself on track and know, am I where I want to be? Am I behind where I want to be? And therefore it's also allowed me to sort of adjust my expectations of myself and reality to sort of help keep me motivated throughout the year. And this last month was huge. So I'm gonna stop rambling now and just dive into what the resolutions were. So I had a relationships one, I had a career one, a physical health and mental health, and a finances one, and I've made a couple of strides in, and by strides I mean like massive leaps in a few of those. The relationship one is as it always was, purely by the nature of what the resolution was, which was just to be open to anything, as far as like romantic relationships go. I can succeed. I can happily say that I succeeded at that every single day. Actually developing a relationship, on the other hand, is a bit more difficult, but that is not what the resolution is itself. So yeah, friendships and stuff, and like social groups, etc., is a little bit more interesting if we sort of take a step down from romantic relationships. On that side of things, this was going to be in my vlog that ended up being like an hour long. Had it still been in there, that video would have been like an hour and a half long, so I'm glad I took this bit out. But I'm going to have a quick sort of 5-minute rant here for a second. So I was part of the organising committee for the Northwest Film Festival. I think I had mentioned this briefly, but I had like a full rant in the vlog that I took out. So yeah, so I was part of the organising committee for this festival, and had been all year sending in ideas, resources to try and get funding, all these other things, coming up with things that might be able to help and benefit the film festival, for the film festival's own sake, because it is something that has a very special place in my heart. I don't want to see it die, and unfortunately the way it's being run at the moment, that's where it's going. I have a friend in Sydney whose job is to organise film festivals. He helps organise, I think, 3 of the film festivals in Sydney. So he has experience in this, and I've been talking to him throughout the year, and he's been saying, yeah, you know, here are some resources, you guys should be doing this, bring this up next time there's a meeting, or whatever, etc., etc. Problem is, because of where I live, they don't tell me anything about when meetings are going to be, so I can't organise to get myself up there to attend those meetings, which basically means that they were like, yeah, cool, like, we'll take all the help we can get, and then as soon as I try to offer any assistance, it's like, we don't need that. It got to the point where they'd sent me a message saying, hey, there's no opportunities for volunteers at the moment, but if you're at the festival and still willing to give a hand, you know, we may need help at the festival itself, running things or you know, doing sort of behind the scenes stuff when the festival's actually on itself. And then it was about an hour or so later that I suddenly realised that that was the same day that they were having an information evening, which they later, the next day, posted photos of people actually attending, when that information evening was for volunteers. So they told me at like midday, there's no opportunities here, and then literally that night had an information evening for volunteers. So as it stands, I'm currently debating starting my own film festival because I'm so over it. And if I've at least done some groundwork on starting this, if the Northwest Film Festival does die this year, if this is the last time it's on because of how it's being run, it means that I've already done the groundwork and I already have contacts with people that organised that to begin with and started that festival itself, to be able to try and get this new one up and running. It would have a different name, obviously. I would not be organising the Northwest Film Festival, and it would sort of take place instead of the Northwest Film Festival, but it would also include a variety of other mediums. So I've been secret projecting away on that. I've got a couple of people that are aware of the fact that I have this idea, but yeah, it was something that I did last month, so it's yeah, and I mean, it had to do with, you know, like the relationships with those people involved. I'm over it, as well as it's now sort of going into my mental health one as well, because the stress from not being communicated with, etc., was, yeah. My career resolution, we'll move on completely from that. My career resolution at the beginning of the year was to get a promotion, and as it stands, I'm currently on leave, at the end of which I've already given my notice for my resignation. So I'm technically unemployed, but I'm still sort of being paid because I'm still technically employed and getting my my leave paid out. So the new one is to try and find a job by the end of the year, as well as to finish my study, because this month, it was literally like the next day, I applied for and like enrolled in a professional photography course. So I have my camera here, got my first module sitting there. I'm been on it for, it's got to be at least 2 weeks now, and I'm so close to handing in my first assignment. It is all like online and stuff. I have to self-motivate myself, so that's becoming a thing that I have to work on. Yeah, so self-motivation, self-discipline, all that sort of stuff is becoming a big thing in my life. So yeah, as far as like the long-term dream of having my own photography business that I also sort of offer videography services through, as far as that's concerned, the last, I think, like 3 modules in this course do actually address that. And so once I finish this, I'll also be able to get a job sort of as a freelance photographer, maybe for like a newspaper or something like that. Start working as a photographer as I start to get sort of the business side of things set up, as well as getting an updated camera, because that's actually my parents' camera. So you're getting my own sort of camera, my own photography equipment, so that I can actually open up my own photography business. So as far as that goes, I have achieved that now. I mean, not 100%, but I've taken a step sort of up the ladder as far as promoting myself goes, towards what I actually want to do. So yeah, it's been really fun. This weekend, I'm actually going to my best friend's engagement party, and I messaged him like, do you guys have a photographer? Because I'm doing this course. She was like, no, we don't. You know, if you could do that for us, that'd be great. I was like, yeah, no problem. And since, you know, it'll technically be like my first job, I guess, as a photographer, I've been like, look, you don't need to pay me. This is sort of getting experience sort of thing. And at the same time, I may end up asking them if I can use one of the photos for my assignment, because it just happens to fit perfectly in with what the assignment actually is. So that's really cool. Physical health. I mean, my back's killing me right now. For the last, probably since the beginning of the month, actually, now I think about it. So for the last about 3 or 4 weeks, on Tuesday nights, I've been going to yoga, and yeah, my back has, yeah, it didn't like whatever we were doing on Tuesday night, that's for sure. So yeah, I woke up this morning and all I could feel was pain right down sort of my obliques in my back. So yeah, that's nice and fun to wake up to. But aside from that, I will also be addressing it in my favorites video, but I got a Fitbit early birthday present, and so I've been using it and an app called Fabulous to keep myself sort of motivated, and sort of on the path to sort of better physical health, as well as making sure that I take my medication in the morning and at night. I've been slowly trying to reorganize my room to a point where I can actually get some sleep, get better sleep. So the only thing that needs to go is that clock. I need to find somewhere else to put it, but it cannot sit there because it does actually glow in the dark, and when I'm trying to get to sleep at night, I had a look on the thing, and it actually says that if you can make your room as dark as like literally as dark as possible, it helps trick your mind into, so the TV and the PlayStation stuff are usually off by like 10 o'clock, phone goes on charge, gets locked, put on the side, on my bedside table. This usually goes and sits in its cradle to get charged. So I'm literally trying to do everything I can to get better sleep so I can wake up. I'm trying to motivate myself to get up at like 6 a.m, go for a bit of a run, come back, have a shower and stuff, and then sort of by 7:30ish, have had breakfast and stuff, come in, make my bed, clean my rooms and that sort of stuff, so that by 8:30, 9 o'clock, when everyone else leaves for work, for TAFE, school and stuff, I can sit down and do my study. So trying to get a bit of a routine to trick my mind into knowing that, oh, it's, you know, time to go and work out now or whatever, because yeah, as soon as I get my license back, I'm going to be able to hit the gym again, which is going to be really cool. So only thing so standing in the way of that is the fact that I'm on leave and don't have a job, so therefore my finances are not going to be consistently coming in once my leave ends, until I get a new job. So that's a bit of an issue. But other than that, my physical health, I am well on the road to where I want to be. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be getting back in, looking at my my workout and my dieting programs, and just as soon as I can get behind the wheel again, I'm just going to kick its ass. I go to park run every Saturday morning with my family. I think I've been doing that now. I've been going on and off for the last couple of months, but I think in total it's been like 7 or 8 times that I've gone, as well as I went once and volunteered after I started my photography course as the photographer on the course. So yeah, that's going really well. Mental health, obviously, the same sort of thing. Getting that by quitting work and eliminating that stress, starting the course that will get me the job that I love, and sort of it being a good stress, as well as no longer dealing with the idiots from the Northwest Film Festival dicking me over, by sort of eliminating all of that negative energy, bringing in some new positive energy into my life, plus my sort of daily routine as well. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better in my own head. I don't nearly want to punch someone out as often as I did. So I mean, a positive's a positive, so that's going really well. And then my last one is my finances, and despite the fact that I quit my job, and you might be thinking, oh well, that's it, you're never going to reach that goal. I have actually made sort of a milestone on my goal. So the goal was by the end of the year to have just over $5,000 saved up, so $100 a week, which, I mean, I'm not going to make, and I know that, but I have started, like I did open a term deposit. It's got 2.5% per annum on it, and it compounds every month, so it's not like by the end of the year my $1,000 will add an extra, what would that be, $25. It's sort of, at the end of the month, it'll add its 2.5% of, like, over the year, so whatever that amount would be, it then sort of upgrades that into the next month. So by the end of the year, instead of making 25, I could be making an extra sort of $30 or something, depending on how the maths itself works out. I have not myself done the maths because that is confusing maths, to try and figure out what percentage I'd go up over the 12 months. I mean, it'd probably be like something like 0.2. So that $1,000 I'd probably earn, what would that be? Like $2? feel like it'd be something like $2, and then that'd get compounded over, and then you'd have to make the same thing for a higher amount, etc., etc., as it compounds. And so yeah, it's just going to get really confusing. But yeah, I have got that. So at least for the foreseeable future, I can still be making money even if I'm not working, which will be really cool. Only problem is I have to keep adding to it and not taking away from it, because if it's, at least this is as far as I know, if it goes down in value during the month, it waits until sort of the next month or something, I can't remember. But basically I'm trying to put about $50 a week into that at the moment, so that over the course of a month, it gets an extra $200 to compound on, and then yeah, so I am still slowly building towards that, and if I can get better at that, get myself a better job with more reliable hours and a better sort of rate of pay, or more hours sort of thing, that I can still sort of do study in and around, yeah, the latter half of this year, and hopefully next year will be better for that particular resolution, because some of these resolutions are going to continue through to next year, some of them are going to end, change, and continue as a changed form, but yeah, no, this month's been really good in a lot of sort of negative ways, I guess. Like, you know, I don't have a job, and I'm now studying, which I have to pay for. No longer on a organising committee for a festival that I love, and like you know, there's definitely a way that you could look at it all like negatively, but I'm feeling really good about it. So, and I mean, I guess that's all that really matters too. So, yeah. If you like this video, guys, because that's all I've got for today, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. You can also hit the subscription button and the notification bell if you haven't already. Next month is going to be insane. So obviously on Monday I'm going to have my my favorites video, so that's the 2nd. That also happens to be the day that I get my license back, so I mean, I will probably mention that again in that video, because I'm really excited. Like, it's literally within arm's reach, me getting behind the getting in the driver's seat again. It's gonna be really cool. And then on top of my usual things like my bad film review, my story times, I've got an intro pack video, another song cover, and another resolution check at the end of the month. I've also got deep dives into some of the unannounced films from Comic-Con, as well as, more potentially, this is going to be in, sorry, I'm just having a look here. Yeah, more likely in September, sorry, in October, we'll be talking about the Disney Plus shows, because a lot of those have been revealed now. So I've got Marvel content out my ears till the end of the year, and I know I'm not going to be the first to report on it, because I do only upload 3 videos a week, but yeah, I'm looking forward to sitting down and discussing all this stuff with you guys. So yeah, it should be really good. I'm looking forward to it, obviously. I hope you are too. You can follow my social medias in the links down below, and yeah, I strongly encourage you guys, if you haven't already, to set yourself some achievable goals and sort of keep a track of them, like I am as well. Those of you that have been, I hope you guys made some good progress this month as well. Let me know in the comments section down below. Would love to hear from you guys. And until next time, guys, night to A2, and I'll check you all later.